Art gloves are gloves meant for drawing on a screen. If you do digital art and don't have one of these, you are probably unsure of whether or not you should get one. When you draw on paper, you probably rest your hand on the paper. Now, think about whether or not you rest your hand when you are drawing on a screen. Before I got an art glove, I didn't. My hand would always hover when I was drawing. This is fine, but one issue with doing this is that it can make it more difficult to draw clean and precise lines. Some touch devices will recognize the difference between your finger and the side of your hand, and will do a pretty good job not making marks where your hand is resting. The only other problem though, is that when you draw on paper, you'll most likely keep your hand resting on the paper, but slide it across as you make a line. On a screen, it's harder to do this. An art glove makes it feel more like paper, letting your hand drag more smoothly. If your drawing device is so small that there isn't really any room to rest your hand, then you probably won't benefit from one though. One more thing to keep in mind if you decide to get one, is whether or not it actually prevents the side of your hand from making marks. If you look at reviews online, you'll probably get a good idea of how helpful that specific brand is for that. If your device already does a pretty good job of preventing unwanted marks being made, then you're probably fine regardless. But if resting your hand makes marks, some art gloves might not help prevent that. If you get one, you might need to get used to the feel of wearing one, but now I couldn't start working without one. Hope this all made sense, and that you now have a better idea of what art gloves are for, or whether or not you would benefit from getting one. If you have more questions, ask away in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them, and other people might have suggestions as well.